Our lesson today, the value of wisdom. The value of wisdom. Just in that title lets us know that wisdom is valuable. All right? And today, our lesson, our task for today is to convey to you how valuable wisdom is.
Right.
The value of it. What is the value of wisdom? I mean, wisdom, oh my goodness. Wisdom is something. Now, in this age, would anybody think that we have a lack of wisdom in this age? Would you say that? Would that be we lack wisdom?
Yeah.
How can we lack wisdom in this age? This is the modern age. You can Google everything, right?
Yeah.
Why is there a lack of wisdom? What's the problem here? You got all kind of information, whatever you want to know.
Right.
If you want to know what time Home Depot closes today,
Oh, jeez.
you could just punch up on your phone and find out, right? I mean, so how is there a lack of wisdom? Anybody got any questions, any response? Why? Yes, ma'am.
That's the knowledge. Like the knowledge is out there, but the application is where the wisdom comes.
Okay.
Right.
So you're saying that we don't have a lot of wisdom out there. We got a lot of knowledge out there. That's exactly right. That is 100% right. You beat me to my punch. I was going to bring that out dramatically, but you got it for me. All right? But that's what we have. We have lots of knowledge. You can pick up knowledge and information quickly.
Yeah.
All right? And you can pick it up cheaply. I mean, if you wanted to get a course on how to rebuild a transmission for a couple of $100, you go down to the vocational school and they'll give you the knowledge of how to take apart a transmission and work on it and rebuild it and all this kind of stuff. All right? But when you get done with all that knowledge down there and you go home and sit down, you can't make a dime off of it. Unless you got some wisdom to know how to put your little ad in the paper. And I work on transmissions, make you a little transmission business. You got the knowledge.
Right.
But if you don't have no wisdom to go along with that knowledge, it don't do you no good. You'll be just as impoverished as you were before you took the class.
Right.
All right? Because you didn't put any wisdom with it. And today we want to find out the value of wisdom. Wisdom is something else. Wisdom is something else.
Oh, yeah.
And like our sister said back there, knowledge is one thing, but wisdom tells you how to apply that knowledge.
That's right.
Well, what are you going to do with all that knowledge? You know, a lot of people that you see that are homeless or on the street or whatever, it's not that they're there because they don't have any knowledge. All right? Some people that you see on the street, some of them have college degrees.
That's right.
Some of them know skills and really know how to do some things. But for some reason, they're on the street. All right? And that's where the disconnect between knowledge and wisdom came in. Because if they would have hooked up the two, got the knowledge and put some wisdom with it, all right, then, they could have, worked it, operated in society. They could have made something out of themselves or whatever. Or maybe, whatever. They could have been in a little better situation than what they are. Amen. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's just jump into this lesson. This is a great lesson. This is a wonderful, wonderful lesson. And somewhat like last week, this is another one of those lessons where when you jump into it, there's so many facets of this lesson, wisdom, that we can't get all of it today. We just cannot get all of it today. But we really want to pique your interest. We want our task today is just make you so excited about wisdom till you say, ooh, man, I gotta go search out that some more. I gotta go dig for that a little bit more.
Right.
That's my task today. All right, let's get you so excited about wisdom. I gotta go find some more of it. All right, so let's jump into our lesson. All right, let's right from the beginning, right off of our focus thought. When you look at that, this focus thought, this is where we're thinking about. Children of God. That's good right there. Children of God. All right, should seek to know and to understand the high value of wisdom. The children of God.
That's right.
All right, church folks. Folks in the church should seek to know the high value of wisdom. All right? How to apply, all right, wisdom to all this knowledge that we get. The children of God should. And what disturbs me so, and this, especially with sanctified folks, this makes me mad. They got a little saying, and boy, every time I hear it, I get upset. They call us jumping dummies. That's what folks say about, well, I get so mad every time I hear somebody talk about, oh yeah, y'all sanctified folks, all y'all know how to do is over there is jump. Y'all, that's all y'all know how to do is just a bunch of old jumping over there. Y'all get them drums and them guitars go, all y'all do is jump, but y'all don't know nothing. You know, boy, I get so upset about that. So, you know, so I'm gonna do something about it. Now guess what I'm gonna do? I ain't gonna stop jumping. So that's not the question. Forget that. Everybody stop jumping. So I gotta go. We gotta get the wisdom and everything in there, right? Because we ain't finna stop jumping. Oh, God has been too good to stop jumping. All right. So we gotta learn some things. All right. We gotta get some understanding.
Right.
All right. We gotta know more than just Acts 2:38.
That's right.
All right. We gotta know more than that. All right. We gotta know the substance of things hoped for.
Right.
The evidence of things not seen. What is that? What you call it? What is that substance of things hoped for?
Faith.
That's faith. That's faith. We gotta learn some faith. We gotta learn some Old Testament stuff. How not to do what they done, because that Old Testament, that's our schoolmaster. All right. We gotta learn some stuff from that Old Testament and everything. But now, when it comes down to jumping, oh yeah, we gonna still jump. All right. But we gonna be some jumping folks that got some wisdom. All right. Now, anybody with me on that? We gonna be some jumping folks with some wisdom. Oh man, we ain't about to stop jumping now. All right, so children of God, and that's the thing. Children of God don't have to be just folks that don't have any wisdom. I know. Peter was unlettered and unlearned. All right, but what did they say about him? They say he's unlettered and unlearned, but they couldn't get over his wisdom, and they just perceived he's unlettered, he's unlearned, but he's got so much wisdom. Only thing we can figure out, he's been with Jesus.
All right.
That's the only thing he must have been with Jesus. He done got some wisdom from somewhere. All right, because we know about him. He's unlettered, unlearned. All they know about is fishing. You know, but hey, that fella got some wisdom from somewhere. We must have been hanging around that Jesus. Before we end up, I'm going to give it to you right now. I'm going to say this now, throughout the lesson, and don't let nobody let me forget to say it again at the end. All right, now if you don't get nothing out of the lesson today, get this one thing here. All right, about wisdom. Come on to Proverbs 9 and 10. Proverbs. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to say it all throughout the lesson. And nobody let me forget to say it at the end. If I forget, somebody holler at me, all right? Okay. Proverbs 9 and 10. Here it is. All right, now this is going to be at the beginning. All right, we're going to hit this all throughout. And at the end, we're going to wrap up with this. All right, this is what it is. Proverbs 9 and 10. If you don't get nothing else today, out of this lesson, out of this Sunday school, get this. Proverbs 9 and 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of what?
Wisdom.
You ain't even started being wise until you put God in his proper place.
Amen.
You got that? If you don't get nothing else now, then you don't even start. You don't even start being wise until you put God in his proper place. Scripture says, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Amen. So in other words, he didn't gain the whole world, but he didn't have God in his proper place. Amen. What good did it do it? It didn't do nothing. It didn't do it no good. So if you don't have the fear of God, not I'm scared he's going to hurt me or nothing like that. Oh, no, God loves us too much for that. The fear of God is, man, God is so cool. God is so good. He loves me so much. I don't want to do nothing to upset him. I don't want to do nothing to get out of his will. I'm going to give him his proper respect. That's the fear of God. That's the fear of God we're talking about today. All right. So the fear of God. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And catch this now. And the knowledge of the holy is understanding.
Understand.
You put those together, and you got a combination there that will take you through life.
Amen.
You put the fear of God, that should get your wisdom cranking down. And then you get some knowledge of the holy. You know what that knowledge of the holy is? Who is the holy? That's God. The holy. That's God. You get some knowledge of the holy. You get some knowledge of God. That's your Bible reading.
Okay.
That's your Bible studying. That's your quiet time. That's your prayer time. That's the knowledge of the holy there. But when you put all that together with the fear of God, the devil, look out. The devil don't want you to get this together. The devil does not want you to get this together. Build all kind of schools, all right, in different neighborhoods, upper income, lower income, whatever, all right. And they give you knowledge. They give you so much knowledge, all right. They give you tons of knowledge, but you got to get that wisdom. You got to have wisdom to know what to do with that knowledge. Amen. So children of God should seek to know and understand the high value of wisdom. Wisdom is valuable. It is really, really valuable. All right? And until you put God in his proper place, you won't have it right. I mean, you won't have it you're not putting the proper value on it that should be on it until you put God in his proper place. When you put God in his proper place, whoo, that wisdom is going to start working for you. Come on down to our focus verse here. Our focus verse says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all that getting, get understanding.
Amen.
All right? So we got to get the wisdom and the understanding there together. And this is what intrigues me about the Word of God. This is what intrigues me about the Word of God. When you see one scripture there, and it's just good, a lot of times you go and look around that scripture, you find a whole lot more good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're looking for, you find a piece of, you find $20 on the floor here, you're going to look around some more, right? You're going to get that gone. You want to say, hey, is there any more around here anywhere? You start looking around. You find it outside under the bushes. You don't just get that when it's gone on. Wait, maybe there's a little more around here. All right? And that's how this verse is right here. This is one of the $20 verses here. All right? So let's come over to Proverbs. Oh, man. Proverbs 4. And let's look around there real good, okay? All right, so you got your $20 verse right there in the 7th verse. Proverbs 4. And we're going to look around it real good, so we're going to start at the 1st verse. All right, we found some good stuff down there in the 7th verse. Let's go back up and look at the 1st verse. Let's sweep around here real good, see if we find more good stuff.
All right.
Y'all with me?
All right.
Okay, let's sweep around here. All right. Hear ye children. Oh, there we go again.
All right.
Children again. All right, when you're young folks. All right, hear, children, hear. Hear ye children the instructions of a father, and attend to know not understanding. When you're young, pay attention to some folks when you're young. All right, a lot of times folks get wisdom when they get old. All right, but they done wasted a lot of their youth and everything. You know what they say? They say the price of wisdom is youth. That's what the price of wisdom is youth. Guess what? If you get wisdom while you're young, you talk about discount. Yeah, he called it out. A discount. Everybody like to get a discount, don't you? Everybody like to get big discount. Well, the quicker you start getting into wisdom, the bigger your discount is. All right? Some people got a 20-year discount. They got a 15-year discount. Some people, they didn't get much of a discount at all because they didn't get no wisdom until they got real old. So they didn't get much of a discount. But the younger you are, when you start getting into wisdom and listening at folks, all right, and start getting some understanding, oh man, you are far ahead of the game. You are very far ahead of the game. All right, 2nd verse. For I give unto you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law. What is doctrine? Doctrine is the principles you live by.
Right.
All right? That's your creed. That's what you stick to. All right? You stick to the doctrine. That's the principles you live by. We are a church of the apostolic doctrine. All right? That's what we live by. Those are the principles that we live by. We live by the apostles' doctrine. All right? If the apostles were into it, we take that to heart. All right? A lot of things the apostles weren't into it. We don't give it, it might be all right or whatever, but we don't put as much heavy emphasis on that as what Jesus taught the apostles.
Right.
And what the apostles taught. That's where we stick to. I mean, if the apostles didn't get heavy down into it, well, we don't get heavy down into it. All right? I mean, a lot of holidays and that coming up on holidays now. A lot of holidays and everything that come up and everything. The apostles didn't get all into that. So we don't get all into that. Not saying that it's, super wrong or no sin or whatever, but that ain't something, that ain't our principle to live by.
All right.
That's what that all is, I mean, if you hang out with your family, you eat too much turkey and all that, that's one thing. But there ain't no doctrine that Christmas time, you hang out with your family and all like that and everything, that's wonderful, y'all cooking cakes, that's wonderful. But we ain't finna go set up no Christmas tree in the church and lights and all that. Because that ain't nothing that ain't our principle. That's not one of the principles that we live by, because the apostles did.
That's right.
That's what that's all about. So if here, he's trying, Solomon, he's trying to get over to the young man here some principles to live by. Some doctrine. I want to get this down in you. Third verse.
Yeah.
For I was my father's son. Yeah, father want to teach his son. I was my father's son. And check this out. My father's son. And tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. Now, he was his father's only son. And mama like him, mama like, oh, that's my baby, that's my tender little baby, you know how mamas are. Their mama's baby up. But daddy want to give you something that's going to carry you through life. That's what daddy's, mamas, you're tender. Oh, that's my tender little only child, my baby. That's mama's side. But daddy, he want to put something in you that's going to take you on through life. But hey, son, I ain't going to be here all the time. All right, so let me get something into you that's going to take you on through life. That's daddy. All right, he's trying to give you some doctrine. All right, mama going to give you some tender, loving care. Daddy will give you the doctrine. All right, there's some principles to live by here, boy. All right, okay. He taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments, and live. Boy, I'm trying to get you something to live off of. You can't live off all that tender love and care your mama give you. All right? I'm trying to get you something to live off of. All right? Get wisdom. Get understanding. And boy, listen there, boy. Don't forget it. Forget it not. Neither decline from the words of my mouth.
Yeah.
All right? Don't be compromising. All right? When you get wisdom, and this is the wisest thing to do, don't compromise the best wisdom. Don't compromise it. Okay? Fifth verse. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not. All right? Treat her like a lovely lady. Forsake her not. And she shall preserve thee. Oh, she gonna make you last long. Love her, and she shall keep thee. You get some wisdom? Wisdom gonna preserve you.
All right.
Wisdom is gonna keep you. All right? Anybody think this is something that's pretty valuable about now?
Oh, yeah.
All right, you get something that's gonna keep you. You get something that's gonna preserve you. That's something that's pretty valuable right there. All right? Seventh verse. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. With all thy getting, get understanding. We picked that up in our Sunday school book. But all them other $20 up there, all them other $20 verses, we didn't see them. We had to go look around that verse to go get that. All right, so we up to about a couple $100 right here right now, ain't we? Okay, 8th verse. We're going to keep looking, all right? 8th verse. Exalt her, that's wisdom, and she shall promote thee. Wisdom. Who gets promoted at the company? The wise one. The ones that make good decisions. All right? The ones that got some wisdom. The ones that know how to make things happen. Know how to they say, They say in the army, this is just the old army saying, that if you could, they had a round hole and the square hole, and you put the round peg in the round hole, and you put the square peg in the square hole, and if you could do that, all right, you're in the army, you're a private in the army, all right? And that next one come up there, you put the round one in the round hole, the square one in the square hole, good, all right, you're smart enough to go in the army, all right? The one that comes up there and somehow he figures out how to get that square one in that round hole, and he figured out how to get that round one in the square hole, they make him sergeant. Because he done figured out how to do what other folks can't do. He sees things a little different. I can make this thing work another way. So that's just but this is the thing. I'm talking about promoting folks because they got wisdom. They figure, hey, I can make this thing go. Okay, so say, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Get wisdom. And out of everything you get some understanding. All right? Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou doest embrace her. A lot of folks don't embrace wisdom. Don't embrace wisdom. All right? Because a lot of times, wisdom seems kind of crazy sometimes. Sometimes the wisest decision that ain't the decision everybody else going with. All right, the decision to not spend everything you got, that ain't a decision everybody goes with. If you making it, you deserve it, spend it. That's what folks. That's kind of what folks say, But so a lot of times people don't embrace the wisdom. The wisdom is don't spend everything you got. You save some, you spend some, you share some, you make life nice and everything, but don't get rid of everything, because you're going to get to a place where you can't work. Amen. You're going to need something back there, So the scripture says, cast your bread on the water, and after many days, it'll come back to you. So in other words, invest some. All right, and after you get old, and you go pick that up. You didn't invest it when you was young. You go pick that up. All right. I can talk about that and get a little older. All right. All right. 9th verse. She shall give to thine head an ornament. Okay? She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. Anybody know about the Nobel Peace Prize? That's an ornament. All right? Anybody know about all these different medals that they give out and all these things? Those are ornaments. And who gets those? The knuckleheads don't get those. All right, the knuckleheads, they don't get those. Now, 10th verse. Hear, O my son, and receive my saying, and the years of thy life shall be many. Listen. While you're young, listen. While you're young, listen. All right, and then your years will be many. All right, not only your years of your life, but the years of, say, your back. You listen to that older folk. No, boy, don't pick that up, because I was a young mechanic right out of school. I was working at the air compressor place. We worked on air compressors and big industrial air compressors. Big old thing you had to tow with a truck. And, I'd go get my thing that I was working on, and I'd just grab it and pick it up, put it up on the fellas. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Go get the lift. Man, that man's sorry. That old dude. He didn't tell me to go get the lift and everything. And then at the end of the day, I look at him, I look at me. All right, we do the same job. He goes home clean. I go home all dirty. I got grease stains all over, chest and everything for picking up stuff, but not him. He'd go get the lift and he'd hook it all up, take it down, hook it up, put it up there on the workbench. He'd do his thing, lift it down and, everything. Not me. I'll grab this thing up and, and as years go on, I understand what he was saying now. Don't be lifting all that stuff. Because I found myself saying it now. Fellas, no, get the hand truck. Wait the dolly. Wait the roller. So long life don't just mean life alive and dead. It means like the life of your back, or the life of your put them safety glasses on, the life of your eyes, put put them earplugs in.
Okay.
The light for your ear. Yeah. When you listen. You listen, get some wisdom. Listen to some wisdom. All right? Not just life, you in the grave did. No, not only that now. It's a life on other stuff too. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in the right path. All right, I've led thee in the right path. All right, and that's what fathers do. All right, that's what fathers do. They lead you in the right path. They try to get you into the right stuff. All right. 12th verse. When thou goest, all right. Now, see, I told you earlier, I ain't gonna be here with you all the time. All right. That's what the father's trying to get over to the son. I ain't gonna be here with you all the time. You're gonna have to go on your own in a minute.
That's right.
All right. So when thou goest, 12th verse. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened. And when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble.
Amen.
Now, let's dig into that for a minute. That word straightened, that's not talking about straight as in straight from me to you. Not that kind of straight. Anybody ever heard of a straight jacket? All right, what does a straight jacket do? Is it just strange, all right? that straight jacket, it's got the long sleeves. They tie up in the back. The coat with the real long sleeve. And it restricts your movement.
That's right.
It restricts your movement. So what Solomon's trying to tell him is, son, you listen to what I got to say to you. When you get a little older, when you get out on your own, you won't be restricted. You will have some mobility. All right? You can understand, you have wisdom of things don't restrict you. All right? When you got some wisdom. All right? When you got wisdom, you can have a good job and a good relationship with God, but because you got some wisdom, you know how to move things around.
Amen.
All right, you know how you're not restricted. You're not. You know how folks say, "Oh, I gotta go to work." All right, that's true. We do have to go to work, but you can't leave God out either.
That's right.
All right, so when you got some wisdom, you make them both work.
That's right.
All right, when you got some wisdom and you're not restrained, all right, you got some mobility, all right, because you have wisdom, all right, you can have a good family relation, all right, and a good job, and a good relationship with God, because you know what's important.
Amen.
You put the important things first. A few lessons back, we were talking about what first things first, what had to be first, all right, in life, and priorities, the best choices, and all this kind of stuff. And we learned that at every moment, priorities change.
That's true.
So when you're wise, you don't just put don't get me wrong. Receive what I'm saying. I just gotta be in church. All right. Yes, you have to be in church. But there's some occasions that come up where I want to be in church, but this is the priority right this time. I'm not gonna make it a day, but I gotta do this. But that ain't an everyday thing.
Right.
On the norm, I'm here.
That's right.
But then from day to day, priorities change.
Yes.
All right. If your children are sick, they're thrown up all over the place. I'm not expecting you to be here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if they need attention, don't bring them here and let them throw up, so I gotta clean up. It comes some point where you have to use some wisdom.
Yes.
All right? So that the priority normally is church, but now the priority is, I gotta take care of my family. If somebody gets in a car crash or something and everything, and it's coming up Wednesday, 7 o'clock, you got to have the wisdom to know, where to put priorities. You got to be not in a,
Amen.
I just got to go to church. I just got to be here. That's the, don't put yourself in a straight jacket.
Amen.
Don't let wisdom put you in a straight jacket. All right? And it says, and when thou runnest, all right, thou shalt not stumble. You can't run this race of life all restrained. And when you get some wisdom, then you can run this race of life and be unrestrained. That's what he's talking about. Oh man, that's just good stuff. All right, so we picked up what? That's 12. What's 12 times 20? Come on, somebody help me out there. 12 times 20. Let's calculate that. 12 times Each one of those verses is worth $20. Y'all losing a lot of money here. $240? You sure somebody checking him? 240. So look at it. We read one $20 verse and we compounded it to $240 verses. $240 worth of verses. All right? That's valuable? I think that's pretty valuable. Okay, let's start cutting up. All right. In our lesson today, all right. We're talking about the value of wisdom. How valuable wisdom is. All right. And our lesson text, I'm going to keep moving. Got to keep moving. Let's just jump into our lesson. Job 12th chapter, 12th verse, 12th and 13th verse. That's in our Sunday school book here. Job 12th chapter, 12th verse. With the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength. He has counsel and understanding. All right, now if you're you got your book there, you got your pamphlet or whatever, I want you to do a little work here. I want you to, on 12th verse, I want you to circle ancient. All right, make your little circle around ancient. All right. And in the 13th verse, I want you to circle the word him and the word he. All right. And in the 12th verse here at the top, where it says, and the ancient, and you got that circled now, draw your little line from that out in the margin somewhere and put old folks. We'll describe it. All right, put on there, come out there, put old folks. Now, down there where you got him and he, all right, draw a little line out from them over into the margin and put God. All right. Now, I'm not changing the scripture. We're just defining. We're gonna make this thing work for us. All right. I think some of y'all already see it. Okay. Now, let's read that again. All right. Okay, you can read it out loud with me. With the old. No. I gotta read what you done wrote. Hold up. Hold on. Let's start again. All right. With the old folks is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With God is wisdom and strength. God has counsel and understanding. Now, anybody understand that passage of scripture a little better now? with old folks, with the ancients. All right, with old folks. It's some. Oh my goodness. Y'all know old folks got some understanding. Y'all know they got some wisdom. Right? They old folks got some wisdom. All right, and guess what? They ain't just gonna tell you all their wisdom any old time. All right, sometimes they make you earn it. I had the pleasure of working with a master mechanic. All right, this guy was a master. He had all the awards and everything. He knew his stuff. All right. And I thought that I could just run up to him and just get all the answers that I wanted, all right, from him. He's a master mechanic, right? I'm working here right beside you. Hey, tell me what's going on, right? Nope, he would not do it. He would not do it. The only way he would tell me anything, if I knew something about it already and then worked on it for a while and then made some mistakes, and then then if I asked him about it, he'd ask, well, what'd you do? How'd you try and figure that out? You know, then I had to tell him, you know, what I've done and how I did it, and then he'd give me a little bit. Go try this. You know, he wouldn't tell me everything. You know, but I knew he knew. But he wouldn't just give it to me all at one shot. Yeah. All right, give me a piece at a time. All right, and that was very wise, because if he'd have gave it to me, I would have never learned it on my own. Right. I just relied on him. Right. You know, that's how young folks do. That's how Google got it. Hey, why do they gotta find out anything? Just punch up Google and here it is, right? All right. So with ancient, with old folks, all right. Sometimes people don't want to really listen to you. Sometimes until you got a little bit of this. Yeah. You get a little gray head. You know, I mean, now I'm surprised at the people. Now that I got older, and you know, I'm surprised that people won't know my opinion. Sometimes on the job, they'll be trying to figure out something, and I know the answer. I would say nothing. And then they'll say, hey, let's check with old school. Or they'll say, let's check with Unc. You know, they call you Unc. You know, that's what they call old folk. You know, let's check with Unc. You know, see what he say. You know, but you know, when you're young, you know, folks don't want to. You know, you know about much of them. 13th verse. Let's read that again. With God is wisdom and strength. God hath counsel and understanding. All right. Now that's where all the wisdom is coming from. That's where the strength is coming from. That's where the counsel, the understanding is coming from. And like I said, we're going to go through this over and over. Proverbs 9 and 10. Anybody got that to memory yet? Proverbs 9 and 10 says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of what? Wisdom. When you put God in his proper place. All right, you just now starting to get some wisdom. That's where wisdom begins at. When you get God in his proper place. All right, the proper fear of God. All right, with God is wisdom and strength. All right, he has counsel and understanding. And I told you why some folks don't like to embrace wisdom, because the wisdom that God gives and the counsel that God gives, sometimes it flies in the face of what the world says.
Right.
It's not going to go along with the world.
Right.
All right, when you take your wisdom from God. Let's see how this thing is as far as its strength. All right, is. Ecclesiastes 9th chapter down to the 13th verse, Solomon recounts an incident here. And he tells us about it. He tells us what he got from this incident. Ecclesiastes, the 9th chapter, 13th verse. Ecclesiastes 9:13. Alright? And it says, this wisdom have I seen also under the sun, and it seemed great unto me. Now Solomon is the wisest man to live. And if he looked at something and said, whoa, that's great. I want to know what it is. I want to know what Solomon looked at and said, man, that's great right there. All right? So, 14th verse. This is what he looked at and saw. He said, there was a little city, a few men within it. All right? What many folks there? What many men there? And there came a great king against it and besieged it and built a great bulwark against it. So in other words, this king, this mighty king came against this little city, and he surrounded the thing. All right, nobody go in, nobody go out, no commerce in here, you know, whatever food you got in there, that's gonna be all you get, because we ain't letting you out, you know. So this great king come against this little city, and the little city didn't have no mighty men, a whole bunch of them in there. They could rush out there and just, you know, hey, get out of here, go on back to business. You know, they couldn't run out there and do that to it. All right? So Solomon is looking at this thing, and he says the city was surrounded with a great bulwark against it. 15th verse, it says, now there was found in this city, a poor wise man, and by his wisdom delivered the city. Isn't that something? The city didn't have many men there, but they had a poor, old, wise man there. And by his wisdom, he figured out how to deliver the city. I would like to know what that all entails. Solomon didn't tell us how he did that. We get to heaven, we're going to have to, hey, Solomon, what about that city you were talking about? How they get there, you know? How that happened? You know, when we get to heaven, remind us to ask him about that city, all right? But he didn't tell us right here. He said, but by his wisdom, he delivered the city. He delivered it, all right? By his wisdom, all right? It wasn't their might. It wasn't their strength, all right? It wasn't how militarily advanced they were over the other people, because they weren't, but by his wisdom. And what's our theme verse for this here? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of what? That old man must fear God. Let me get in touch with God and figure out how we're going to get out of this thing. All right? The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. All right? Okay. Now, 16th verse, it said, no, I'm still at the 15th verse. And he, by his wisdom, delivered the city. Yet no man remembered that same poor man. Don't nobody remember him. Why? Because he was poor. And a lot of times folks discount your wisdom because you're poor. Yeah. Sometimes I found out some of the smartest people is poor people.
Amen.
That's right.
You know why? Because they have to figure out how to live in this world and be poor. If you got plenty of money, you write a check for whatever, you know, that don't take no wisdom. That don't take no, you know, knowing how to do things. All right? But you're pretty smart. If you poor, you know you on a limited income, you ain't got much, you know, this or that. All right? And you know how to, you know, hey, now this store over here has this sale on, I need that. And this store over here has this sale on, you know, I need that, you know, and if I catch the bus on a round trip ticket, I can catch all of this here. You know, that's some wisdom there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Get grocery and bus fare and all that in one shot. You had to think about that for a minute. Boy, you got plenty of money, you don't think about that, right? You don't even have to use any wisdom. Like, hop in the car, go that bottle on, come on back. But if you're poor, you have to do some, what they say, some creative, what is it, sister? You got to be pretty creative here. Yeah, you got to do some creative engineering here. You know, but then you make it in life, you raise your children, you send them to school, you know, some of them, you send them on to college and everything too, you know, and you're poor. Right. That's pretty wise. Right. All right, you done some wise things here. And one of the biggest things that helps you out is that you fear God. Fear of the Lord. Fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord. That's the beginning of wisdom there. Yeah. All right. 16th verse. Then said I. Now this is what Solomon said after he saw this. Wow. He said, this poor man saved the city. Nobody didn't remember him because he was poor. All right. And this is what he got out of that. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. That's what he got out of that whole thing. He got out of that, Solomon got out of that whole thing right there. You know what? Being wise is better than being strong. Right. You see some old people, they ain't too strong, you know, and whatnot, but they'll rig up something, make it work. My dad was like that. Even when he got up in age real good, man, he was still, you know, junking and hauling cars here and there and this and that. And we'd go out and say, Daddy, how we gonna get down on the truck? I don't worry about that, boy. Raise the bed of the truck. You know? Put the chain and everything on the bed up. Alright? Now lower the bed down. You lower the bed down, then the car come up off the ground, the front wheels of the car come up. Now he done made himself a tow truck. You know, we just trying to figure out how we gonna get this thing on in. He done figured it out. Yeah, you know, that wisdom, the wisdom was better than being strong. Right. All us strong fellas right there looking, we can't figure it out. Don't get the thing on there. Don't do that. Let the truck work. Read that probably work for you. All right. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Now, he gives you a warning here also. He gives you a warning. All right, before you just run out and say, hey, I just want to be poor and wise. Let me tell you something. Warning. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised. You're going to be despised.
Amen.
Because you're poor. People don't want to listen to poor people. They just really don't. They just really don't. I got to give you this other one real quick. I was down on Gandy Boulevard. This guy said, hey, how do I get to such and such a place? And I told him, I said, oh, you just go right out here and go down there. And this old bag lady with her cart and everything, she was there. And she said, no, you can't do that. Can't do that. And I was trying to blow her off, you know. I was trying, you know. No, you just go right down here and go down there. She said, can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. You know, let's get in our conversation. So after a while, you know how you be ignoring people. Then something hit you. You shouldn't be ignoring the lady like this. Something hit you. Yeah. So I said, well, what do you mean, man? He can't go out there. There's a median out there. You can't get crossed there. Oh. And I look. Oh Lord, the lady right. The lady right. But I had to discount her. Yes. I had to discount her out because she was a poor old bag lady. But the poor old bag lady, this her corner. She live under the bridge right over there. Yeah. So she know where the median and where folks can get out. I live across town. Yeah. I think I know what go on over here on Gandy. But this lady know, you know, she know for sure. So I was despising her because she was poor, but she had the wisdom. All right, and I just want to let you know, the poor get despised. All right? And they may have tons of wisdom. Who wants to hear poor folks? Who wants to? They'd rather hear a rich fool. Yes, sir? A rich fool. I didn't say nothing about our president. All right? I didn't say nothing. All right? I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. Draw your own conclusions. Okay. Then it said, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. They don't want to hear you because you're poor. They don't want to hear you. 17th verse. The words of wise men are heard in, what is that? Quiet. Quiet. Words of a wise man are heard in quiet. All right? Words of a wise man are heard in quiet. Wise people, and they know they've got wisdom and everything, they ain't got to blurt it out to everybody. You know why it's heard in quiet? Because if you get the wisdom from, you got to get close to it. You got to get close to it. You got to get close up around. You know, all right? This the kind of stuff they're going to tell you, this wisdom stuff, this kind of stuff they're going to tell you while you're riding in the truck. You know, this kind of stuff they're going to tell you, you know, when we're sitting around here, you know, just doing whatever, just packing things away or whatever. That's when that wisdom comes out in those quiet times. All right? Not out in the big, what's it say here? Quiet, more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. All right? He's not going to be spouting off all of his wisdom out in front of fools. Fools ain't going to use it no way. So why even, let it out in front of the fools and everything. All right? So in those quiet times at all, that's where that wisdom comes out. It comes out then. Oh my goodness. Now this is just, now sometimes, I'm not going to get into that Songs of Solomon. I guess they're pushing us to get that because that was in last week's lesson. Anybody remember that? Anybody notice that? That's a section of last week's lesson. And it's going over how love when a person loves you, they gives you wisdom, all right? And I'm not going to get into that because I tell you, like I said before, when you go over the Songs of Solomon, you have to have your both antennas up, all your senses and everything going to really get Solomon. So I'm not going to get into Solomon today about someone loving you and with wisdom. I'm not gonna go into that one today. But what I am going to get into is when some folks they won't receive your wisdom. All right, you're trying to give it to you want to give them some wisdom. You want to give them some wisdom, but they won't receive your wisdom until they done crashed, hit the wall, burn and blow up, everything else. Yeah. They won't get the wisdom until they done crashed hit the wall. Yeah. All right, and the prodigal son is an example of that. All right, you remember the prodigal son? He comes to his daddy. Daddy, I want everything that's mine. You know, I'm ready to go. I want everything that fallen to me, and I'm just gonna go. And also, sometimes you gotta let folks hit the wall.
That's right.
So sometimes you just got, what do you call it? Tough love. You gotta let them. You gotta hit that wall. You know, hey, I done tried to raise you right. I done tried to, lead you in the right path and everything. And you want to hit the wall. I don't want you to hit the wall. But if that's where we gotta pick you up from, she will be here to pick you up. They gotta hit the wall. So the son, he takes off, spends all of his money. Well, come over to St. Luke. Come on to St. Luke 15, 14. St. Luke 15. And this St. Luke 15:14 picks him up where he's hitting the wall. All right, before now he's riding high. He's riding good. All right, he's got daddy's money. He's got his inheritance. He's living riotously, lively. He's enjoying life. He's what they say, grabbing life by the tail and going for the gusto and all that kind of stuff, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. All right, he's doing good. Yeah. But here in the 14th verse, he hits the wall. Yeah. All right, and the 14th verse says, and when he had spent all, he's crashing now. He's crashing. When he had spent all, All right? He spent every dime of it. All right. There arose a mighty famine in that land. Now, if he was back home with Daddy would have been telling him, son, don't spend all.
Yeah.
All right? Save some in case a famine comes.
That's right.
All right? I'm sure Daddy had to went through some famines. All right? And that was a thing that happened back in those days. You know, you hit a famine, you hit a drought. You know, you had to have some stuff saved up to get you through the drought. All right? So Daddy would know how to handle that. Son didn't know how to handle that. Son spent all. All right? All right? Mighty famine in the land, and he began to be in want, and he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his field to feed the swine. All right, young Jewish boy out there feeding swine. Not good. All right? And he would fain have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat. And this is the thing here, and no man gave unto him. He done got poor, out here no food, all right? And I don't know, even if he had a sign on the corner, the scripture said nobody didn't give him nothing. I don't care how nice his cardboard sign he had out there, nobody didn't give him nothing, all right? They say nobody gave to him, all right? You know, you see them on the corner with the cardboard sign and stuff, you know, they give him a little something every now and then, you see they give him something. But this guy, they didn't give him nothing, all right? They didn't give him nothing, all right? And he hit the wall. And look, listen what happened. Listen what happened. 17th verse. And when he came to himself, what happened? What happened? Where does his mind go when he comes to himself? He said, how many hired servants of who?
My father.
Who was he supposed to have been listening to all the time anyway? He should have been listening to his daddy all the time. All right? But now his mind goes back. After he hit the wall, his crash burning like the sister say back there. Now he wants to go back and his mind starts taking it back to daddy.
All right.
Daddy was trying to tell him something. All right? Now he starts with, oh man, back in my daddy now. You know, back home with my parents and everything. You know, not back home with my parents. You know, they did this and we did that. Now it comes to it. A lot of times, you be trying to teach folks something, trying to get things over to them, and they won't take it from you. All right? But then they get down the road and they hear the exact same thing you've been trying to tell them from somebody else. And then they receive it. And then they come back home and tell you about it. Mama, I went to this church. They explain how the Lord loved me. They explain how the Lord, he's not mad at me. They explain that, man, while I was getting my sins, the Lord died for me. He ain't never been upset with me. I had but the Lord ain't never had a problem with me. And I should get myself saved according to Acts 2:38. Mama, I went down there and called him Jesus and I got saved. And you over there looking at him. They're trying to tell you this all along. They're trying to tell you this. But you know what? You can't get mad at them. I don't care where you get your wisdom, as long as you get it. When you get to it, just get it. Just get it. Just get it. But the thing is, don't get the wrong kind of wisdom. Now, this is the thing when it comes down to wisdom. There's two kinds of wisdom. There's two kinds. You got to get the right kind. You know, I work in the kitchen with ladies and everything. And they send me this stuff. They send me to the store to get stuff. All right? And they say, but go to the store and get some. I mean, it's tenderizer. So, you know me, I go get the cheapest thing it is, right? I get the all brand, the value, whatever. And I come back with the cheapest thing. And then they tell me, no, baby, this ain't the right one. this the wrong one. We don't need value, we need McCormick's. We need the name brand one. You come back with some, you go get some seasoned salt. And I come back with some, seasons. No, baby, we need Lawry's. You gotta come back with the Lawry's seasons. You gotta come back with the right, you gotta get the right one. You know what I'm trying to say? Well, that's the same thing it is with wisdom. You gotta get the right wisdom, you gotta get the right one. Okay, let's catch the right one real quick. Come on to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 2 and 4. I want you to get the right brand now. I want you to get the name brand one. The name brand of wisdom that we're looking for has got to have God on it. The Lord in there something. Okay. All right. 1 Corinthians 2 and 4. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of, listen to this kind of wisdom. Man's wisdom. No, it wasn't with man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power. See, man's wisdom is kind of like a do what I say, not what I do. All right? That's some of the kind of wisdom they throw out there. But this other kind of wisdom we're going to hit in a minute, it's the kind of wisdom that demonstrates what it is. All right? It'll show you, it'll get right close to you. This is how this works, this is how this works. It'll demonstrate. All right? That your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. Howbeit, we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world. You don't want that kind of wisdom. You don't want the wisdom of man. Right. You don't want the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world. All right? That come to naught. The wisdom of this world, the wisdom of men, the wisdom of the big shots in this world, all of that wisdom will come to naught. It's not going to amount to anything. Right. Like we said earlier, what does it profit a man? To gain the whole world and die and lose his soul. All right? All that wisdom of man and of the big shots in this world is for you to profit. For you to be a big person in this world. All right? Okay. 7th verse. But we speak the wisdom, here it is, this is the good one here. The wisdom of God in a mystery. All right? That in mystery, that's like we was talking about in those quiet places. That mystery that everybody just don't get that. That's right. All right? You have to get somebody over to the side. Hey, explain that mystery to me. You know? I mean, and just because this wisdom is a mystery, that doesn't mean that you can't understand it. Yeah. Right. Everybody ever watch a mystery movie? All right? And at the end, the only way that makes it a good movie, you gotta solve the mystery. Yeah. It would be pretty stupid to have a mystery movie and you never find out who done it. I don't know who did it. The butler, did the maid do it? The driver? Why would they give you a mystery and you never find out what happened? Yeah. You know, and that's how the Word of God is. The Word of God is a mystery. That's right. But it's revealed. And who's it revealed to? These things revealed to the saints. Right. This thing revealed to the saints, you know. So we do. The world, they're ones out there. Man, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But this mystery to the saints, we get it. 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 Right. Even the hidden wisdom which God ordained before the world unto our glory. That's what that is. Oh my goodness. Which none of the princes of this world knew. Yeah. They didn't know about it. The big shots, all of the highfalutin folks in this world, they didn't know about this wisdom of God. And you want to know how we know they didn't know about it? The rest of this passage tells you. For had they known it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. Yeah. That tells you right there, they didn't know the mystery of the wisdom that Jesus was teaching. They didn't get it. They didn't get it. But if they had gotten it, they wouldn't have killed him. So they didn't understand that wisdom of God. So that wisdom of God, you have to get some understanding. You have to get some understanding of it. And I hopefully, with all this lesson here, we done came to one question. How do I get this wisdom of God? All right. How do I get it? How do I get this wisdom of God? I hope that's the question on your mind. All right. Let me tell you how to get it real quick. Come on to James 1. James 1. How do I get it? I want this. It's valuable. You done told me it's valuable. The old folks got it and all this kind of stuff. How do I get me some? I want me some of it. Okay. I want you a little piece of this. Here's how you get it. Come over to James. All right. I got to get there myself. I know it's near the back.
Amen.
What's before? Somebody help me out. What's in front of James? What's behind James? Huh? Hebrews is in front of James? Okay. So if I get the Hebrews, slow down. Okay. I got it now. Oh, y'all got it? Y'all got it for me. All right, James 1. James 1 and 5. This is how you get that wisdom of God. All right, the good wisdom. All right, this the name brand wisdom. This ain't that off brand. This ain't the value mark. This is name brand wisdom. This is good. This is the lottery season song here. 5. James 1 and 5. If any of you lack wisdom, if any of y'all ain't got no wisdom, ain't got enough wisdom. Here it is. If any of you lack wisdom, y'all read this with me. Let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Woo! I told y'all God was good. God is just cool. You want some wisdom? Just ask God for it. He'll give it to you, and he'll give you a bunch of it.
That's right.
You want some wisdom? Take you some. That's enough. No, that ain't enough. Get you some more of that wisdom.
Yeah.
Get you another big hunk of that.
All right.
You know how it was a few days ago. Your family sitting in your home. Take you some of that. This is enough. No, boy, get you some more of that. Get him a pan, y'all. They want you to load up on it.
That's right.
That's how the Lord is with wisdom. He wants to give you so much wisdom, man. No, get your big hunk of that wisdom.
Yeah.
All right, get you plenty of it. Get you plenty of that wisdom. All right, and tell you what, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you liberally. And guess what? I'm gonna open up the mystery of it.
Okay.
It's gonna be unbraided.
All right.
You know how braiding is, right? You know how maybe y'all braid hair. You see one piece here, and then you don't see that piece again until it come out over here. But there's a lot of other pieces going on over in between.
Yeah.
But it ain't that piece that's up there. All right, some more pieces that's cutting all in front of it. But then this piece shows up again down here. I don't know exactly how that works, but the Lord don't give it to you like that.
Yeah.
He'll give it to you nice and straight. It's gonna flow from Him to you.
Okay.
It's gonna be a braided knot. It's gonna be nice and straight from Him to you. All right, and He wants you to get plenty of it. But there's some warnings. See, this is the thing. You just can't grab stuff from God and don't get the warnings. You gotta get the warnings.
All right.
But let him ask in faith.
Okay.
You gotta ask in faith. All right. It's impossible to please God if you don't have what?
Faith.
All right. You gotta have some faith. All right. So get some faith. All right. And let him ask in faith, not wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of God, of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So if you are, the Lord is warning you, you got to ask in faith and don't be like a wave. Don't be. Anybody know what a wave does? You go to the beach, you see a wave. The wave is up here, and then back over here.
Yeah.
Then it's up here, and back over here. And the wave is up here again, and back over here. Where does it go?
Back and forth.
Don't go nowhere. Stay right there shore. All right? The Lord said, don't be like that. He's telling you, don't get the wisdom of God and then go get a little wisdom of man. Then go back, get a little wisdom of God, and then go back, get a little wisdom of man. Then a little wisdom of God. What does the scripture say? You ain't finna get nowhere. You ain't finna get nothing. You ain't finna get nothing from the Lord. All right? If you're going to get with the wisdom of God, get with the wisdom of God and stick with it.
Yeah.
No matter how it looks. Sometimes when folks are wise, some old folks tell you some stuff, they tell you some stuff and it just looks, man, this ain't gonna work. This is just, keep doing it. Keep doing it, just like they say. And it works out. You're gonna have all your friends say, nah, that's ridiculous what you're doing. That's stupid what you're doing. That don't make no sense. Keep doing it. Stick with it. Don't have the wisdom of God when you're in front of the wise folks that told you, and then when you get with your friends, you get the world's wisdom. Don't be, got church wisdom Sunday, I got world wisdom Monday, Tuesday. Got church wisdom Wednesday. I got world wisdom Thursday and Friday.
What are you talking about?
Saturday, about noon, I gotta start getting my mind ready to get godly wisdom. Because come Sunday, I want to be back with God's wisdom. All right? And then Monday, we're back over here with the world's wisdom. You ain't getting nowhere.
Yeah.
You ain't getting nowhere. You gotta get in one thing. Don't be like a wave. Oh, oh, don't be like that. Don't be like that. You gotta be get in here with God's wisdom. All right. You know, you see those motorboats when they get out there on them waves. They ain't studying. They ain't studying what the wave doing. We going this way. Cause we got some power in us. We got some power. We going this way. All right. We don't care what the wave do. Y'all, the wave y'all sit over there do whatever you want to do. We head to Jamaica. All right. We be trying to get up to Jamaica. All right. So this concludes our lesson, and I want to end it. All right, y'all supposed to remind me to end it with this. We want to end it with what now?
Proverbs 9 and 10.
Proverbs 9 and 10. All right. The fear of the Lord is what? Beginning of wisdom. Beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Until you put God in his proper place, you ain't even started being wise. All right. Don't even worry about the waves until you put God in. Don't even worry about the waves, because you're gonna be messed up. All right. But when you put God in his proper place, then you just start being wise. Oh, that's good stuff. Oh man. So that concludes our Sunday school. Amen. Amen.